Welcome back. Well, as it turns out, when you go to window mode, Microsoft Game Bar stops recording. So this will be part 2. It's not real. Oh, that was an unusual lightning strike, given that there's no clouds. That'll be amusing. It's not really anything of consequence, since no one will ever watch this. But this flight from Santa Barbara to Orange County is now going to be in 2 parts. By the way, I should mention the difference in time between parts 1 and 2 is only about 10 seconds. There's Oxnard. That's the 126. Santa Paula up there. See how our tailwind's looking great, 38 knots. Looks like we've got a little more in the way of cloud cover down over my house, which is consistent with what it looks like outside for me. That airport right there is KOXR, Kilo Oscar X-Ray Romeo. That's Oxnard Airport. Moving right along, 314 knot ground speed, 278 knot true airspeed. But with a tailwind like that, even at just 14,000 feet, we're moving. Really moving. We'll be over Malibu here in a flash. Actually, if I pop up, you can actually see. This is the Santa Monica Mountains. It's Las Virgenes, Calabasas, this area over here off the 101. Can't really see it the way this is oriented, but. And then just where those hills stop, we obviously won't see it from here, but on the other side of this ridge line, facing that way, is the Hollywood sign. And then Santa Monica's right here, LAX. Actually, you know what? A little bit farther. That right there is where the Santa Monica Mountains terminate, and then the LA Basin begins. So Santa Monica is right there. Hollywood sign's right there. Take my word for it. LAX is behind that cloud, I suspect, or maybe it's over here. Yeah, it's probably right there. This is the Palos Verdes. Rancho Palos Verdes right there. Long Beach right there. You can actually see the harbor from here. We'll get a better view as we close in. We're going to fly this way, turn left, over the Seal Beach, Disneyland, turn around, and land. That's the plan. Camarillo. And then these, or this area, right off the 101. Oh, a little chop there. Wasn't big though. Air's actually been pretty stable given the fact that there's scattered thunderstorms. It's looking really good right now. Fast. I like fast. Anyway, Santa Monica Mountains. An absolute treasure. If you live in the area, you know it and love it. I've mentioned some of my other videos that I am an enthusiastic distance runner. There's a couple of really good races, not just a couple, but there's several really good races that are held in these mountains. Sean O'Brien I did a 100-kilometer race in these mountains, I don't know, 2 years ago. 62 miles. Canaan Road. Kind of cool. It's all trails. This is Westlake Village. Anyway, just a beautiful, beautiful mountain range. And this is very faithful. This is how it is. This is how it looks. I've run along these ridge lines and all over creation in this place. And you'd never believe that you were just a few miles from LA. It's great. Here you can actually see the lights there at LAX. If you've ever flown into John Wayne, Orange County from anywhere north, San Francisco, San Jose, Portland, Seattle, this is the route they take. Or at least for me, and I've done it dozens of times, this is the route they take. Making that right turn now over the ocean. Kind of over Malibu right now. A little more chop now as we're coming over the water. That should probably settle down. We're coming over the mountains. Malibu, Santa Monica. I should be able to see Santa Monica Airport. There it is. Right there. Now we'll level out. Heading out over the water now. Channel Islands. Wow, look at that glare. The reflection from the sun. That's sweet. That's very realistic. Again, there's LAX. Big damned airport. I think that's Hawthorne Muni. Hawthorne Municipal Airport. There's Mount San Antonio, or around here as it's known, Mount Baldy. Pretty significant. One of the tallest peaks in Southern California, 11,000 feet, roughly, as I recall. Again, there's Palos Verdes. Very nice area, kind of affluent. It's hilly. There's Long Beach. Signal Hill, not so affluent. Catalina Island, out in front of us, right there. Avalon's right there. Catalina's kind of like a big M shape. It goes up, down, back up. Right in the middle is where Avalon is. There's several islands off the coast of Southern California called the Channel Islands. The one past it, which you can kind of make out right there, is San Clemente Island, but that's not inhabited. Catalina has people on it. Avalon's a nice little town. Haven't been there in a while, but Long Beach, again, getting a little more resolved here. It's funny, it's wild to actually be able to see the sand of the beaches. Cliffs. Less tailwind effect right now. You see our ground speed has dropped. 285. True airspeed 279. Headed to Tandy right now. After Tandy's Parole, Albus, Seal Beach, KSLI, and then we'll do that big U-turn and we'll do our approach. We've gotten so used to snake, hook 'em, and lemon. Might as well enter the ILS frequency now while we got a little time to kill, and as well as the minimums. Avcom. Audio radios, nav 1, 11175. That one I've committed to memory. Don't need COM 2. Confirm nav 1 is 111.75. What I'm going to do is enter 11175 as the backup standby frequency because of this bug. This bug that's presented itself on the ILS dropping when I'm on approach. It just disappears. Suddenly, I think I'm on approach to the ILS frequency, and I look down here and see in a panic that it's no longer listing the ILS frequency as the active frequency, which is bad. That's a bad thing, in case I'm not being clear. Go ahead and set our minimums. I don't really question these, but 1,040. Oops. Barrow first, dummy. All right. Okay, coming up on parole, just 64 seconds away. We're making a big left turn. Headed straight at Catalina. There it is. Turn left in 48 seconds. We're 3.7 nautical miles from our left turn. I'm glad that the Xbox game bar started working again. I was using the NVIDIA recorder, but I don't know, the audio seemed better, but the visual quality wasn't as good, and I didn't hear the sounds of the airplane. And I love my girl's sounds. You know, people think she doesn't talk much, but if you listen, she talks. You just gotta pay attention. That's an important skill to develop, man. Pay attention. All right, so now we're headed again towards the coast. We'll make another left turn right as we get over the beach. But in the meantime, we'll shoot a pretty, the standard approach into John Wayne from parts north. That again is Palos Verdes. And Long Beach, we'll get a nice view of Long Beach as we nice, already got our descent instructions.
Descend and maintain 3,400 feet, Docker Trey Whiskey Bravo.
This is a common issue on Flight Sim, AEI, ATC, is telling you to descend to the altitude of the initial approach fix according to the approach plates. And the initial approach fix for John Wayne for a flight into ILS runway 20 right is 3,400 feet. That's the initial approach fix altitude for Snake. Trouble is, I don't need to be at 3,400 feet for a while. And so what I do is I initiate the descent and then I wait for them to yell at me, which they will. They'll say, expedite your descent, expedite your descent, expedite your descent, and I will, but I know I'm dealing with an AI, and I don't want it to, freak out on me, but by the same token, told you. But I know that we don't need to be at 3,400 feet for a while. I mean, our next waypoint is Albus. See, Albus. That's still 13 miles away, 2 minutes. Then after that, it's SLI. Then after the SLI is Snake. So just a lot of time to descend. Let's go ahead and throttle back a little. we don't need to be at 3,400 feet. You wouldn't want to be at 3,400 feet flying over the beach on your way in. That's Newport. Newport Beach right there. Our airport's probably right around here somewhere. Might be that, actually. Looking for some lights. Depending on how real time this weather is, maybe we've got some sunshine headed our way, because I live out here and it's cloudy at my house right now, but apparently over the coast a few miles away it's cleared up. There's what I grew up knowing to be the Spruce Goose. It's a big white dome that has that giant wooden airplane in it that Howard Hughes built. Port of Long Beach right here. Seal Beach. Northwestern tip of Orange County. There's the mouth of the Santa Ana River. Fountain Valley. Right here. Huntington Beach behind this post. And we'll make our left turn. It's going to be a pretty sharp left turn, about 90 degrees. As we head north. 1213, you Dare Whiskey Bravo. SoCal approach, this is Dare Whiskey Bravo with you at 10,400 for 3,400.
Is at 10,500 feet, descending 3,400 feet.
Showing us. There we go, we're at Albus, making our left turn now. There's a power plant right there in Huntington Beach. Santa Ana River. There goes. Everything's looking splendid. We are getting ILS information showing us 10.9 nautical miles from the airport, but that's direct, and we're not flying direct to John Wayne. We're going this way, but our airplane right now is 10 nautical miles from KSNA, the airport right there. 9.9 nautical miles. All right, looking good. Again, there's downtown Long Beach Convention Center. Queen Mary. Beautiful day. I should look out my window and see if it's clear here. Definitely some very accurate in terms of the weather, because a lot of buildings, scattered thunderstorms, but showery. It's not just a gray mass of clouds sitting over us. This is Seal Beach, right down there. It's a naval weapons station that we're flying over right here, actually. But that's Seal Beach. Los Alamitos Army Airfield. That's KSLI. Here we go. Nice. Excellent.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 20 right approach via Sager transition. Cleared to Sager Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
So, what are we headed to now? We're headed to Snake. See? Snake. How far, time-wise, is Snake? 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, you can mess around with this quite a bit just by slowing your airplane down. We're at 6,900 feet. We're descending at 1,100 feet per minute. Let's just say it's 2 minutes. That's 2,200 feet less than where we are now, which would put it at 4,600 feet, which is too high. So I can either increase our rate of descent or I can slow the airplane down. I'm going to do the latter. Watch what happens to this. See how this number, ETE, estimated time en route to Snake, is no longer going down. It's just stuck at 221. It's not broken. It's just that it's recomputing based on our slower speed. It's doing exactly what it should be doing. Airspeed's slowing now to 180 knots. Should be just about over Fullerton. Fullerton Municipal, KFUL, Kilo Uniform, correction, Kilo Foxtrot Uniform Lima. Probably just about over it. Anyway, we'll make our right turn here in a sec. This is Chino Hills State Park over here. La Habra Heights. Make that right turn. I'm really going to watch this because the ILS has been a little bit weird. You see how our distance from the airport is increasing now? Well, obviously because we're flying away from it. 4,900 feet now. Going to be at 3,400 at Snake, so I'm going to slightly deviate. Sink the heading bug first. And I'm going to turn us right towards Snake. Looking good. My point in doing that is just that we don't need to do this entire route. We can just head straight there. We're going to have our hands full here, though, in a second, so stand by. See another aircraft right there just passed by. Looking good, though. Airspeed's excellent, 150. Snake now 1 minute away. There he goes. Wow. Look at that Cessna. That's cool. That's an actual user. That's a fellow simmer. That is not a AI or real-time imported traffic. That's somebody else doing a little flying on a nice day like this. We're going to take over our altitude here and set it at minimums of 1,100 feet, just because we don't want to stop descending, which it will. Remember, 3,400 feet at Snake, and then 2,800 feet at Hookham. You see where we are right here. And then we'll do a big sharp right turn as we get closer. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. See, we're actually going to kind of skip Snake, and we'll intercept like this. You see this quite often on approaches into John Wayne, where they don't do the full length approach. Oops, sorry. Thought I'd been handed off. My bad. Now we're climbing now, so we got to step on the gas a little bit because we would slow down dramatically and perhaps dangerously if we didn't add throttle. I'm sure that makes sense. All right, still looking good. We'll see if we get further descent instructions. Hopefully, go and activate our inertial separator. Buy up a little extra real estate here. There's the Santa Ana River. Anaheim, 91 freeway. Here. port's off to the right, but you can't see it, but it's there. Acknowledge inertial separator is on. We'll switch this nav source over to nav 1. And we'll click approach, and it'll start this right turn. Assuming... Nope, it did it. Look, it did it again. At least I do not know what that is all about.
Descend and maintain 2,800 feet. Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
One second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Got my hands full here. There we go. Okay. I don't know what is going on with that weird issue with the ILS. It's a problem. Activate the approach. Let's grab this glide slope here. We need that to happen. Here's our dyno.
1 mile northeast of John Wayne. Contact John Wayne Tower on 128.35 when inbound on the approach.
Okay, things looking really good.
Tower on 128.3.
There it is.
Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
I just don't know what is going on with. I showed you. You see how it says ISNA? And then, well, somehow or another, it switched to a different frequency that was not the frequency we wanted, which could be a real problem.
Dover November Tree, 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, John Wayne Tower. Cleared ILS runway 20 right approach. Altimeter 29.75. Wind
North.
216 at 12.
216 at 12. North Tustin. 216 at 12. Good. Not going to have much of a headwind. All right. And we do have the glide slope now, by the way. That's excellent. All right, now, Gifley, gear. Inertial separator is already activated. Flaps 1 notch. Fuel. 19 left, 21 right. Lights. And we'll deactivate our yaw damper. Okay. This was really good. I mean, this, except for that weird switch of the ISNA to IJOW or whatever it said, which now I'm on alert to. Everything went great. Do one more notch of flaps and keep an eye on our airspeed because you see it really drops when you put it in full flaps. And you want it at about 85 on the approach. There we go. Well, it's a beautiful day in Southern California. Nice. It's always nice after a rain. You can actually see 20 right. You can see the Vossi red over white, indicating we're exactly where we want to be. Altitude-wise, further confirmed here on the green diamond. Right in between these two white dots, right in the middle. If this green diamond were high, it would mean we needed to be higher. If this green diamond were low, it would mean we needed to be lower. Showing just 5.7 nautical miles from the airport, from the runway, actually. Winds are coming right at us, 8 knots. It's good, normal. That's what I would expect. Airspeed's perfect, 85 knots. $1 million day. There's a great restaurant right there called Christakis. Christakis, great Greek place. Literally, that's exactly where it is.
Bravo, cleared to land runway 20 right. Wind 218 at 12.
Cleared to land, 20 right, Deer 30 Bravo.
Clear to land runway 20 right, Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Airspeed's perfect, 85 knots. I tell you, when this thing works, it really works. Oh my god, I wish there were so few cars on the 5. That's Interstate 5. It never looks like this. And I've mentioned these every time I've done a final approach into John Wayne, these Those look like giant hangars. They're blimp hangars built during World War II. There's a downtown Santa Ana federal courthouse right there, state courthouse. The Ronald Reagan Federal Courthouse. Radio altimeter showing us at 1,000 feet.
3 mile final, runway 20 right.
3 mile final, 20 right. There's another airplane. Somebody doing circuits. You better not fucking get in front of me. He can see me, so hopefully he's landing on 20 left. A lot of the GA guys practice circuits on 20 left. And that's what he's doing. He's on base leg right now. I just hope he doesn't try to jump in front of me, because that could be ugly. We're going to find out here together. Now he's turning final. 85. Jeez. Maybe the power pole looks, the high tension wires look amazing. I wonder where that guy went. All I can tell you is not on the runway. He's not on the runway, and that's what I care about.
500.
500 AGL. Airspeed's perfect. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's landing on 20 left. That's cool, dude. Have a good landing. If you drive along the 55 freeway, this is... I mean, this is just so incredible how realistic that looks. I mean, it's exactly what it looks like. All right. Okay, autopilot system engaged. I have the aircraft. Pop up here a little bit. Trim us. There we go. The 405 freeway we're passing over. Really good performance from the PC on this flight. No, basically zero stuttering. 80 knots. Gun that up a little bit. Still red over white on the Vossi. 20 right. Confirmed. Idle. Flare. There we go. Okay. I don't know if we'll get ribbons or not, but happily, on this airport, I know where I'm going. Wish I could have made that first turn. Just didn't want to slam on the brakes. Wind's kind of coming like this, so you see what happens if I don't use the rudders, my feet. Watch what happens. You see, we'll just weather vane into the wind. I'm working on it. You see how I'm not doing anything and we're just kind of turning into the wind. So that's why you got to work the rudders a lot. Okay, let's get off the runway here, park it, and put the girl to bed for tonight. North Las Vegas, Santa Barbara, back home. She's probably going to yell at me one more time. Get off the runway! There we go. Ah, a nice look at the sock. That's sweet. Okay, good. Well, we'll clean up the airplane. Bring in the flaps. I love that. The sock looks so realistic. God damn. Look at that. These are actually designed to be straight at 15 knots or above. So there's a lot of attention to detail in this. in this game. All right, go ahead and contact ground and request taxi to parking. And we know where they're going to send us.
John Wayne ground Doppler November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo request taxi to parking.
Air November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo taxi to General Aviation parking via
Good.
taxiway Alpha.
Well, that was about as textbook as it gets.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Except for that weird thing that I told you was going to happen, and which did. But thankfully I knew it was going to happen, and so I was ready for it, where the ILS frequency switched off as I was turning onto the approach course. That could be a problem. But I fixed it immediately, and other than that, it was, I mean, kind of a nailed ILS approach. It helps, it really does help to have airport area familiarity, and that just makes such a tremendous difference. And this airport's my baby. All right. Great day for flying, now that the rains have blown through. For now, anyway. See if we can see Gary yet. He's up here. You know, could I just step on the gas and zoom over to him? Yeah, but you know what? Realistically, you don't want to go more than, I don't know, 20 knots tops. And at a busier airports, I'm not in that much of a rush. So I'm doing 12 knots right now. Okay. This happened last time. They want to have me go this long way, which I'm not going to do. Turn. There's Gary. I love the shadow of the plane. There he is. Hey, dude. Oh, sorry. Jesus Christ. Probably gave that guy a heart attack. Alright. Kill the engine. Come on. There we go. Depressurize. Turn off the inertial separator and pitot. Good. That's it. Maybe I should. I wonder how close I came to that guy. Let's look. Whew. Hoofa. Not implausible, though. This citation is probably pissed, though. Parked right. Hey, dude, I only parked where they told me to park. Actually, you know what? I didn't come too close. I thought maybe I was a little too close to him. That's good. Beautiful day. Welcome back, John Wayne, Orange County. There's one of my simming people. Hello, simmer. Fellow simmer. All right. Enough chatter. So I'm sorry this got split into two parts, but I do need the ForeFlight app. I don't need it, but it really helps a lot in handling the approach and the flight, for that matter. Okay. That's it. Have a good Saturday.